Good afternoon, YouTube. It's me, I'm Richard Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Talk, coming to you live on YouTube. Well, this is one of our Muscle Talk Mondays. It's episode 127, and as you know, it's getting harder and harder to find stuff to talk about in the sport of bodybuilding. We did have, like I said ago, we had last weekend. We had about, like I said, 2 weeks ago. We had the Almost Working Nigga Classic, as I talked about how they had the premiere of the women's bodybuilding division for the amateurs, and it was just I think it was very disappointing. As you know, the main show doesn't have any women's bodybuilding. It has fitness and the two TNA divisions, that's bikini and wellness. But for the amateurs, that's a show where you qualify for a pro. And the sad part about that show, there was only four women was in each division. For the two divisions, women's bodybuilding, that was physique and women's bodybuilding, which is, I would say, I always count physique as women's bodybuilding in a whole, but it's division. We say it like this: physique and open. I'll call that. Even though physique is called open, technically to me, open is women's bodybuilding. So those two divisions only had four ladies to compete at that show, and because there was not enough bodies, there was no pro cards passed out. One lady who I did an interview out back was Teresa Humpton. She won for physique, and congratulations to her. And today's her birthday, so happy birthday, Teresa. I mean, I hope having a happy birthday and many more. And also Nina Beans. I forgot. I don't know how to say the name right. She took women's bodybuilding, but because not enough competitors for the show, she came up short also. So
How
anyway,
many competitors do they need for their show for
well,
to be
well,
a
you
pro
need
card?
at least enough to cover, because with women's bodybuilding, you'll have three divisions. You will have the lightweight, middleweight, and heavyweight divisions. Oh, class. When I say class, we have those three classes. Light, heavy, light, middle, and heavy. And then with the physique division, you're gonna have, they don't go by weight. They go by number. They go by letters. They go by A, B, C, and D. If you don't have enough people to fill those spots, then you don't have the competitors, and then you don't get your pro card. If it's supposed to be a pro qualifier, and I guess, even though you don't have the competitors, well, just give the winner their pro card. But see, it's about they don't have nobody to pair off and could contrast to against. And it's just like I said, it was a big disappointment. I mean, what big problem was, because the fact was that, as you know, was around about I think it was about the end of November towards the 1st of December, when which they canceled the show the last minute. Instead of just saying, okay, we just sit,
Yeah.
things taken care of, and then we just go on with the show. And then you refund a lot of people their money who paid the registration. And you got to think about it. You got Thanksgiving, you got Christmas. You are competitors who have kids and family. Hey, that's like, I think they charge you about anyway from $200 to $300 per division, because some competitors would double dip. There will be people who will compete in physique and compete in figure. They will compete in physique and compete in bodybuilding. You know, the jump between, because they want,
Yeah.
rate their odds a chance to get a pro card. So you might see a competitor in one division, you see them in another division. I know Marilyn Yee did that when she competed at nationals. She was in physique and she was in women's bodybuilding. But so because there was enough bodies to go around, enough people, the winners don't qualify as pros. Now they can go and campaign to the NPC and IVB about getting their pro cards, but that's a wash. They're not going to get any pro cards. You need competition, and this was the debut of women's bodybuilding at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic Amateurs. And I was rooting for that. I was hoping to see some more new bodies for, especially women's bodybuilding. We need all the new bodies we can get. Also, some women, I told some women can also just compete in bodybuilding and switch divisions when they get their after they get their pro card. I mean, I've seen some competitors done that. They earn their pro card in one division, switch to another. But it was
That
like,
happens a lot. Yeah, that happens a lot. In fact, the one we're going to talk about. But also, I think the only other thing I can think of that would be analogous to this is the British Championships when they got rid of their uh, qualif- their you could qualify if you won the British Championship overall. You'd win a pro card. But in like 2005 or whatever, they changed that up. So then British competitors had to go do some kind of show in Europe or something like that, and it made it a lot harder to do.
Hmm. Yeah, because I remember I remember when I talked to Issa Fabiana Seiler last year when she was competing. She did at least two shows of pro qualifiers because there were none of the female bodybuilders. She didn't qualify for a pro card. And I was telling her, what she should have did was, I told her this. She should have done to Romania because there was one woman who competed in Romania. She did both physique and bodybuilding and got pro cards in both. And I mean, I know it's not too far from the Netherlands where she stayed at. I would have tried that show, see how I done. If you look more like a true bodybuilder than this other chick who was really just a physique competitor who won a pro card as a as in bodybuilding. It's just this is the thing about that. This lady, I can't say her name right. It's just one of these very European names that she you know she had a she got a pro card in bodybuilding and turned around and got a pro card in physique. And this is where the judges says, wait a minute, this woman's not really a bodybuilder. She's a physique competitor. I mean, but what she did was she, took her chances because you know what? She never knew. She might not have got a pro card in one division, but might got it in another. But, she got a pro card in first, both of them. I don't know.
You win a pro card in two? I thought you only need to win one and then you can compete in whatever division you want.
Well, there's been times where I've seen some shows, especially amateurs, where some women have gotten two pro cards. And it happens. If you compete in one division and you compete in another division, and if especially if it's like you said again, the difference between physique and bodybuilding lines are very thin, nearly. Only thing that separates them is the posing. Aesthetically, some of these physique competitors look more like female bodybuilders now, and some of them try to fight, um, and they try to fight not to go up to bodybuilding because they feel like they sacrifice something, the femininity or whatever. But it's just I don't know. Well, so anyway, where the subject here is about one lady who last year made her pro debut and then turned around and she's now the number 2 bodybuilder in the world, and that is one Mrs. Angela Yo. Sometimes I say Yao, but it's Yo. She's also she's been competing for quite some time. She started out originally competing in figure when she was an amateur, became a physique competitor, and got her pro card in 2019 as a physique competitor. She took about a couple of years off, and she made her pro debut at the Chicago Pro, where she won that show, and then she competed at the Olympia. And like I said, Angela Yao has a perfect physique, and I'm a fan of. We got here, FBB Legends. He says Angela Yo looked like the best bodybuilder on the stage at the Miss Olympia, in my opinion. Andrea overall more appealing physique, but pure bodybuilding, I thought Angela was tops. Some points I agree with you. But some people I talk to know that she says that she does not have a complete physique. She has good conditioning, great with a great set of abs. I mean, I love abs and great physique, but she still lacks a little bit size, especially around the good part of her shoulders and also in her legs. She has, I think you want to have that more even look. You just want to be big on top. This is how you want to break it down. You want to be as big as top, as big in the bottom, but everything. The only thing got to be small is the waist.
Yeah.
And a lot of these girls will have, like one person, Christina Mendoza, big, huge quads. Her and Angie, I think her and Margie probably have the biggest quads out of any female bodybuilder right now. Margie no longer competes anymore. She's retired after the last show. They have the biggest set of quads. You know, then you look at someone like Teresa Vasic, big shoulders, big back, but she just has no real legs. I mean, she went over to physique for a minute, and what she if she she could have did well physique. What she had to do is really drop a lot of muscle. She had to drop a lot of size. She could have kept on going, but she felt like that one year she did. She only took 7 at the Chicago in 2021, and he decided to come back. But she has a great look to her. Peeling. My man Glenn worked with her a while back, but she just doesn't have what she needs in the bottom half. Her legs are still a bit on the small side. So anyway, she's an amazing woman. Like I said, I'm a fan of hers. Um, I think I think she's what they want to see in bodybuilding. Great looks, great style, very, exotic looking. And she's like I said, she's serious about like her. She's very artistic. She's right here. She does a lot of photo sessions and video sessions. This is a video right here. She just is I say, wow. This I think it was maybe a week or so after Olympia. This is with Sean Nelson. Sean Nelson, he does photo sessions. He also, I think he does photos and works with her biceps. And Angela she's also got nominated, Bodybuilder Awards nominee up and comer of the year, and that is Angela Yo. Just when the post holidays blues are hitting hard, and universe sends you a motivation. Mass shout out to the Generation Iron and Mutation Nation for putting up the vote for up and comer of the year. It's an honor to be nominated. I am one of 7 athletes, only 2 females. And wow, that's appreciation, up and coming of the year, because they're very impressed by her physique. Like I said again, she does have impressive physique. I would say classic look. This is her husband right here. And they've been together for I think they've been together for almost 10 years. And he still supports her. That's good. It's good to find a man that stands by you. This is from the Olympia. This is what's prejudging. And I'm like I said, she has an amazing body. I mean, good conditioning, good width, great abs, good styration around the glutes. I mean, she's very impressive.
Definitely.
Mhm. But like I said, the thing is that she just needs a little more size. Maybe another 5 or 6 pounds might make a difference. You know, but the truth is, no one's going to knock Andrea Shaw off her pedestal. Andrea is like the all complete package. Not only she has good size and definition, those muscle bellies that often they say, but also she's highly attractive, and you can't deny that she is a beautiful woman, Andrea Shaw. I had an interview with Jessica um, Coleman Saturday. We talked about how Andrea's just beautiful here. This is her. I think right here.
I'm gonna go back up. Very.
This is right after she earned her medal.
Oh yeah, this is good.
There you see. That's Phil Heath. There's one where she's at.
No, I've been training a month straight for a year and a half.
Yeah. There goes Andrea.
I think she's the one with the camera.
Nico. Hey.
Yeah, I remember that guy. He was at Savannah. I was taking pictures of my tablet. He asked if I can hold it up for him so I can get the angle of it. I think it was just B-roll. He never put me into the thing.
Yeah.
But this must be either her or somebody else.
Oh, you're good. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think this is her.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, that's her. Yep, she should be proud of herself. She put in time and hard work. You
Yeah,
know,
the only other competitor that I can find that managed to do something like that, managed to win a first place at a competition and then get a second at the Olympia was Denise Ruth Bukowski.
Denise Wiskowski. Yeah, I remember Denise. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, she was amazing. I mean, that was her. I think it was her first Olympia because she won
yes,
nationals the year before. She won the Jantana, or she placed the top three in Jantana. I
she
remember.
won the first. She won first at the Jantana. I believe
Okay,
she
that
was
was the
second at
first
the
pro show she
Olympia.
won. Jantana was qualified for the Olympia. Then she took second to Linda in '93. Someplace, because I don't think Kim Javetsky didn't crack the top five that year. I can't remember. No, I'm trying to think. I think Kim was probably no. Kim was probably fifth because okay. I think the top five you go with Linda, Denise. I think either Laura or Vicky Gates took third or fourth, and I think Kim took fifth, I believe. But we got here Rolando G. This is from Female of Legends. Come, those legs are great. She's complete, man. Not that complete. She still needs to work on a little more size. She has good definition of legs. I ain't saying that, but she needs more size. That's what it is. Rolando G. Hey there, George. I'm here. Let me know when it's cool for me to come in on the stream. I'll send you a link, Rolando. I thought KL sent you one, but you don't have it. And he also says, Andrea looking sensational. She always does. Oh my God, this woman is so beautiful. She just has, you know, yeah. I heard that she's mad cool. I mean, there's a video got of her when she was talking after the show. I show it later, but we got somebody just came in. We got here is a guest, and he's a friend of the show. He big fan of his brother, his content. We have here my man, my ace blue coon. You know, uh, got here Rolando G. You know, welcome, brother. Rolando. Oh,
Hey, hey.
wait,
Oh,
wait.
hey, I'm here.
All right, let me remove the other thing.
Y- you know what? I have. I was trying to put my avatar on, and then it.
You see, we have a new stream. You have to add it on because that's
Okay.
yeah. So Rolando's here, and we appreciate the brother coming through. He's been sitting with my man KL on his live streams. He's over here sitting on mine. Um,
Yeah. I
yeah,
finally had a chance.
yeah, I appreciate it. And we're like I said, we're talking about Angela Yao right now. We also have something you want to talk about. We'll talk about that later. Angela, like I said, very impressive physically. I mean, she has a great physique, a great look to her.
Yeah.
Um, I think she qualified for the Olympia because for the Olympia, it's top three competitors now. It used to be top five. To me,
Mm,
that's a lot of BS. I mean, you know, men's
yeah.
physique,
Down to three.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, men's physique, men's bodybuilding can still have top five.
Mm.
There's not that many shows for men's bodybuilding, and
Yeah, that's what I'm here. Keep hearing. I haven't been following as I should, but yeah,
because I think it's only like I think about five shows here around the U.S., two in Canada. So we got the Vancouver Island show coming up in April.
that's a
Um,
shame.
yeah,
Wow.
and there's at least I would say technically about four overseas with
Mm.
Portugal, with Portugal, the Europa, Europa in Spain, and now also the Masters Olympia is
Oh
going to be
yeah.
a qualification. But the Romanian Muscle Fest is for next year because they took. I don't know why they did this. They took and they pushed the Olympia to November, where the last 2 years was December. I
Oh
mean,
wow.
so that means that you know, last time qualification for the Olympia stopped around November 19th. That was my birthday.
Mm. Oh,
So
okay.
so
Yeah, I got to remember that. Okay, your birthday.
yeah, but it just keeps changing. Now, what your guys what's your personal thoughts and feelings, um, on Rolando? Well, sorry, on
Um, I didn't know that the women's like division in this bodybuilding was like not a lot of money going into it. I really wasn't fully aware where and that's why I was talking to you about uh trying to start something.
Mhm.
You know, kind of like a financial fund, for like the ladies. I mean, I'm gonna try to do what I can, but it's just strange to me that it doesn't have a lot of sponsors strings and contributors. You know.
Well, the problem is mostly because the fact is most companies don't want to put money behind the women who are a little bit more muscular, who don't fight
Mm,
um, um, the idea of what women and what women should look like. They will go with
no.
bikini. They will go with wellness. They might go with some of the fitness girls and some of the figure girls.
Right.
But because those divisions are, when you get go farther up, the girls get bigger, more muscular. Some might have a little bit more masculine features. They just feel like they can never,
Oh,
they cannot really, take somebody. Even though most of these women use the same products, you know, as the others, but they just don't feel like they'd be good. Like someone like Andrea Shaw. Yes, Andrea's very attractive.
yes.
Um, Angela would be a good person to use. Um,
Yeah. I was thinking about what's her name? I was talking about her yesterday. I know it's yeah, she's passed away, but Denise Wachowski, you guys were talking about her earlier,
oh no,
but
she
there's
died.
another.
She did not die.
No, she did. She just after that last Olympia, she just kind of just disappeared. There's some stuff.
Oh, you
Yeah.
know what? I'm thinking about the one who played Siren.
Oh, you mean
Long
Shirley Beatty?
Shirley Beatty. I'm sorry.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And but there was another lady I was thinking about because they got another lady, a lot of ladies over in South America, like Brazil, Ecuador, and Peru, also in Costa Rica, Central. There's one named Amazona. I think Clyde had posted up her videos because I follow her a lot.
Mhm.
Um, man, I'm trying to think.
Mhm. Well, right
I,
now, like I said, we're talking about that, but right now the focus is right now is
oh, right.
Angela Yao, and Angela just has a passion for his sport, and I respect
Mm,
I respect her passion. I
mm.
think she's an amazing woman. She has a great physique. I think she has that classic throwback from, I would say, kind of like, I think,
Kind
sort
of
of
like the late 1980s,
no more
early
like
90s.
closer to the late '90s, early 2000s, closer to that.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
80s, the girls in the '80s were a little bit not as big. If you look at the women from the '80s and around about the '80s, they look more like what they want to see in figure. Yeah, they look,
Right. Yeah,
they
because Corey Everson had that.
Yeah, like Corey Eveson, like Corey Eveson,
Everson.
or
Mm,
Sandy Riddell,
mm.
or when Laura Corval was a little younger. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, but with Angela, she, like I said, she has a great look to her. I mean, she's very exotic. As you said again, she's half Japanese, so she brings
Oh,
that.
okay.
Yeah, she has that Amerasian, being that she's Amerasian, she has that look.
Right.
But
Yeah, I can see that.
yeah, like I said, I'm a fan of hers. I think she's a good representation for what you want to see in the sport. I'm going to post this video of her where she was giving an interview. I'm trying to get it up here. Give me a second.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, but she's talking after the show. I gotta see get it like here.
Oh, and this was the Masters, or no?
No, she don't do masters. She's
Okay,
too young.
right.
She's not old enough for masters. Masters got to be 40 plus. And
Oh,
she's
okay.
just in her I believe she's in her mid
Late
30s.
20s,
Mid 30s. Not
early.
20. No, she's
Oh,
she's in the mid 20s. She's in the mid 30s.
mid 20s.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, mid 30s.
yeah.
Okay.
And she really has a passion for it. That's why I love giving these ladies the opportunity to share the story and talk about themselves. That's why I love doing my interviews. Right here, there's the video, and we're gonna start right here. I think it's got in the middle of it, so let it run through a little bit. Let her talk. Where?
Oh, wow. Yeah, those shoulders and those arms. Wow.
The relief, the elation, the accomplishment. I've never felt anything quite like this before, so I'm still finding words to describe how good it feels. And, I'm just still thinking through, the times of sacrifice and like the very, very long nights, days, and like sometimes, you're just making it hour to hour. But through it all, you are creating this piece of art, and all of that suffering became my art last night, and this is like showing it in the Louvre, so putting my art on stage was the best thing ever.
Yeah, that's somebody you can really respect for what she said, because she as you said again, she called her body is art.
Yes.
And it's true. That's what it is. It's like make a sculpture. You make it out of clay or stone. You putting the work in. The tireless time. It's just nothing ever. Like when you make a sculpture, it's not made in a day. It takes months. Sometimes it takes years, because you have to fix something here and there, or something's not right there, and this that. It just takes a lot of work. And Angela, she put a lot of work in this. I mean, that's why, like I say, I respect women like Angela Yao. Why do I want to say Yao? It's just
Yeah, I can see. I can see her passion for it. Yeah, we need more women like her to get the other ones. Maybe she may, like take that lead. And there might be some other ones.
Well, I think there's quite a few other ladies, but like I said, they don't get as much attention as compared to the others. Like I said, that's why, like, I do my interviews. I reach out to women who maybe I love to talk to her. I mean, I remember she went to the Arnold Classic, but she said she's for the expo. And I said, yeah. We said just want to check out the expo, because she knows that there's no point going to the main show if there's no representation of women's body. If it's no physique, or even no women's bodybuilding, or even no figure, what's the point going there? I mean, I can say that.
Yeah.
But like I said, she's also a big power lifter. And I think after she earned a pro card in 2019. And I think another person I saw who I follow also competed that same show with her. I try to remember who it was, I forgot. But then she just took like those next 2 or 3 years off. So she wanted to really put on, because a lot of competitors feel like, okay, I want to take some time off to grow. Some competitors after get the pro card, they want to just jump in and get ready. But I think she set some records in powerlifting. She has a good amount of size. So she's like for her size, because she's only about 5'2", 5'3".
Okay, and, that's what I was about to ask.
Yeah, and she really, she puts in work here. This is like her. This is doing a bench press. I hear this is like, she's taking this in there. I think that's her. No, I don't think that's her husband, is it? I don't see the beard.
Might be.
And, it's pretty impressive. She's hitting 225 to 235. Got to be a PR. You know,
Oh man.
yes, and that's
Oh
something.
yeah. Oh yeah. She. I can tell she has that strength with the power.
I think yeah, it's just it's another. I think it's another. I think it's to 235. Look like two plates. So it got to be like a little higher than that. So I
Hmm.
was never like incline was one of my weakest uh, when I was lifting weights back in high school because it's just you got to back. I was better at bench press and squats.
I wanted to ask you, George. Did you ever compete at one point when you were at like a certain weight
No,
and
no,
size?
no, I never compete. Never had.
Oh, okay.
No,
I don't know why.
no, I never been no competitor. No, I played football when I was younger. I mean, a little baseball, but never been bodybuilder. Nah.
Okay,
I
okay.
live where I live at. It's not not a lot of people do it. I mean, I'm just discovering now where I met
Mm.
some ladies that there's a good amount of women in like I done a couple of news relays from South Carolina, some ladies like here in North Carolina. Met some ladies when I went to an event a while back here in North
Mm.
Carolina. It was like Glenn Young's Amazon Fitness magazine release party, and
Okay. I heard about that magazine, but I,
mhm.
I want to ask you more about that because I saw that when you were interviewing, what's her name? Uh, the one from Hong Kong.
Or I mean Marilyn Yee.
Marilyn Yee, yeah. I wanted more information about that, but I know you were doing an interview with her.
Well, all you gotta do is I'll send you a link. Let's see if I can find a link because I know she just. I think she was. I think she's talking about maybe. I think she must be. Like somebody told me that I think she might be working with Glenn, Angela. And
Mm.
he's already working with other people. This is one machine. I don't know what this machine this is.
But wait,
Wow.
what is?
It looks
Oh,
like
I've
she
never seen that one in the gym.
300 by 8. Ooh,
Oh,
yeah, it's a lot
oh,
of weight. You know, that's a lot of weight for a little lady.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's putting in work. I think she might, like I said, I think she really. Well, I said again, she has to put it on the side because right now she won't. Smart thing to do is now you have the Olympic qualification. You want to do a show? Fine. I would say just focus on the big show. You know, truthfully,
Yeah, because you know what, I was thinking that she could put it on one of the sides, and I think you interviewed her, Closet, and I'm a real big fan. Well, you probably a big fan, same as way as I am of her. Sherry Preemy.
no, I never interviewed for Sherry.
Oh, okay. I must have misheard
No, that
that.
was I know I know David over at Female Forum, Female Body Forum has interviewed her, and
Hmm.
a couple other guys.
Okay. Oh,
But
my bad. Oh, yeah. But yeah, my apologies.
yeah, that's all right.
I th-
I've never interviewed Sherry Priami. I mean, I don't have wait. But
hmm.
you
So
know,
George, question.
yeah.
Um, should Angela Yao compete at the Rising Phoenix?
Well, that's a show by invitation.
That's what I.
Well, I mean, but still, it's you can apply, and even if
Mhm.
you get an invitation, you don't have to compete. I'm asking you, like, what?
Well, me personally, I don't think she should because with so few Olympic qualification shows for women's bodybuilding, people like her, Hella and Andrea don't need to be there because they already got the qualification. As you know,
Mm-hmm.
Rising Phoenix is an Olympic qualification show. If you have the Miss Olympia and number 2 and number 3 at the Olympia competing, then truthfully you are taking away opportunity for somebody to get the qualification. I understand you want to compete and be represented. I understand hey, you get $50,000, a car, a truck, and some other little money. But one thing should happen is that the money for the Miss Olympia should go up. I think Andrew should get at least a couple of $200,000 as Miss Olympia.
Yes.
Then you break it down to the others where okay, like I say, okay, if you give Hella like I say 75,000 and you give Angela $50,000, she would
Hmm.
say, what's the point of me doing the Rising Phoenix where I'm gonna get as much where I get this? And I think most definitely Andrea need any more cars. She has enough cars. She has 2 cars in the truck. I don't think I don't know what they do. We win. I think. I remember somebody told me. I think they take the cars back or something like that. I forgot. I know Hella. She
Oh.
sold her. I don't know how to do that. I think they let you keep the
You can
cars.
sell it.
No, I think I don't. You can
Hmm.
you can't really. I know Hella sold hers when she moved to Dubai last year. She sold her.
Oh, that's where Haley is.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because I know I did it. She's right now. She's traveling in Europe. Because I was talking with Gina Calaviero, who's friends with her. He said she's traveling right now because she moved over there to get close to her trainer, Nasir. We got here a man, Hamilton, or Hayden Hamilton. Money
Yeah.
is the key to get people in it. Yeah, that is. It takes money.
Yeah.
But as I
Yeah.
said, Angela,
Right.
she was physique. She started as figure, switched to physique, and she earned a pro card in 2019 at the Nationals. Then she took 2 or 3 years off to really grow and develop as a competitor. And she made a debut in Chicago, where she won that show. It was the top three of that show was her, Chelsea Dion, and Sherry Priami. And
Mm.
and Sherry, she could be competing at the Vancouver show in
Okay.
April. And I think
And
also
when is that?
that's in April. I think it's
Oh man, I was hoping to go to that because I've never been to a show.
well,
So
I went to my first show in Savannah last year, and I know my man last year my man Jen, he went to
hmm.
the New York
Oh,
Pro.
how
He
you
got to
doing,
meet
Jim?
Yeah, he got to meet Hella. You know,
Okay. Wow.
And
I
others.
think you remember told me that say Hella was going to compete at the Olympia. Man, then next thing you know, boom. But like I said, she I think she felt like she didn't compete. She'd lose her qualification,
Hmm.
and she's already qualified. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Helen Trevino, but that
Oh
was
yeah, same.
that wasn't her best. That wasn't her best physique. I feel like this.
No.
Hella, to me, honestly, Hella should got fourth or fifth, and Bronca Djokovic should have got third. I think
Hmm.
if Bronca got third, I don't think she would retire. She would have, knowing she got Olympic qualification, she probably said, you know what, I don't have to do any shows, just do the Olympia, and that's it. Gentlemen, what's your thoughts on the lovely Miss Angela Yo?
Oh. Did you want to go, Jen? Jen,
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Jen.
So just a couple things. One, I do agree. Midsection wise, everything looks good except she needs more size, and I would say the waist area size. There's just something about the middle section that's just off, just a bit, but
Hmm.
like too much. But besides that, everything else really good, really muscular, veiny, very symmetrical. Um, um, and as I said before, she managed to get. She won at her pro debut. She won first at the Chicago, and then took second at the Olympia. And the last competitor who managed to do that was Denise Rukowski, and that was in 1993. So that's what,
Oh. Oh yeah.
30 years. Geez, 30,
30 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. So she's very incredible. She had a very long physique and pro career, well, we will definitely see if she competes at the Rising or not this year. Should be interesting to say the least.
Hmm. Well, like I said, if they invite her, she'll probably go. But I would say this is my thing about the whole Rising situation. That
Mm.
should be a show for those qualifiers. As you know, we no longer have points qualification. And no longer
Right.
let it be. Yeah,
So hypothetically speaking, because only the people that win the shows can go to the Olympia and are qualified. Correct. So, hypothetically speaking, could somebody like an Andrea Shaw compete at every single show, win every single show, and that would mean that there would only be 3 competitors at the Olympia? Just hypothetically.
yeah. Well, she probably won't do every every show.
I mean, I'm just saying. This isn't a real scenario.
I know it's hypothetical, but yeah, I think if like remember when Natalia Coelho did this after the Olympia, Natalia did 2 shows. She did the Regent Sports Fest, and she did the Mid Atlantic show. Then she did Pittsburgh Pro, and also she did the show in Brazil,
Mm.
and also she did New York Pro. She did 5 shows after Olympia, and that cut out 5 qualifications for some women. I know, honestly, like I remember Ms. Robin Mays told me, say it's about competition, it's about like that. But here's my mindset: you already got your qualification. Why did you take away from somebody else? I know some people respect the fact that, but you already in. You won. You're in.
Mm-hmm.
Now you Miss Olympia. If you compete,
So here's my thoughts on the subject. I think if a competitor wins a show in the professional league, they should be barred from competing at any other show, excluding approval by the higher ups in the IFBB professional league.
Mm.
And the one exception I would make is for the Rising Phoenix, and that's only because of Andrea Shaw precedent she's already set there.
So you're saying
one exception.
Mhm.
You win a show, you can't compete again until you go to the Olympia.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that sounds fair.
Yeah, it's either that or we change the rules so the person who wins the show, the person underneath them gets to qualify for the Olympia. Those are the only 2 options.
Well, thing is, they're not going to do that because the IFBB, I don't know, they have their rules. As long as you want to compete, you compete. But it's going to be harder for women's bodybuilding because, like I say, if you have someone like Andrea Shaw, okay, if Andrea Shaw does, okay, and you say, okay, I did the Olympia. Oh, let me do a show. Let me do Chicago. Let me do Tampa. Let me do, Portugal, and then do the Rise of Phoenix. That's 5 shows, like 4 or 5 shows she's done. And that cuts out complications. You're gonna have on counting her. You might have because 6 other women to be able to qualify if it's that many, and but like I said,
That's cool.
I've seen shows where women who have won a show and they jump on to another show. I know Ashley Jones. After she won Chicago, she did Texas, but she took second to Texas. No, I think she took third in Texas. Because it was Pamela Canfield that took second to that show, and Melissa Tyke won that show. But my mindset of it is that just as for you personally, and if your division, there's so few bodies in it, and and this is the way you should come against. You know what? Let me step away. And like I think her, Hella, she's gonna pop a block for it. As last year, most of the women who competed at the Rise Phoenix, mostly women who already qualified for the Olympia, and then the good amount of them were Women's Race ambassadors. And I remember somebody saying, "Oh, you want the B play?" No, competitors beat the competitor. It's all competitors have opportunity. But here's like this: if you have the top gun, if it's like, okay, you playing, if you're playing, let's say, what's the best way analogy for this? If you go into boxing, you go box. Okay, you're gonna fight a guy, and you go in, you fighting Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones Jr.'s heyday. I understand, but you're just an amateur. You're just starting. So you're like, so you're gonna get beat. So think about it. This is your first boxing match. They put you in Roy Jones Jr. I don't know not this Roy Jones Jr. now that's about to fight some guy. He's like 55 years old.
Oh yeah.
The old school Roy Jones Jr. Who used to move like a shit move. I mean, that Roy Jones. You don't want to fight. You want to fight somebody who's at least on your level. And when you have someone like Andrea Shaw, who's 3-time Miss Olympia, 3-time Rise Phoenix champion, who's top of the game. It's not saying that she doesn't, she deserves to compete. It's just that she should step away a little bit and let other people try, especially for your division where there's so few shows. And this show is a qualification for Olympia. Raheem says, um, if you're the champion, don't don't the Rising Phoenix, you go through there as a champion, take a look at who you will take down, whoever wins the Rising Phoenix. I think that's what you do. Just go there, support the show because it's the one of the only shows right now. It's an all women's show. Rising Phoenix and Arizona Pro is exclusively for the ladies. No banana hammocks, no and the problem is that show is hard to get sponsored because the fact is, if there's no banana hammocks, most sponsors, don't want to put money behind it. But
I had a question, George.
hmm
The bald headed guy with the glasses. Is he one of the head sponsors or presidents of the Rising Phoenix?
Jake Wood owns Rising Phoenix.
Okay.
Also owns Olympia. I would say he's more of an executive. He does promotes, because he did when years ago, as we all know, after 2014, when they decided to drop women's bodybuilding from the Olympia, him and his wife then Crystal, they was the one who stepped up and created the Rising Phoenix.
Okay.
And
the person who is the promoter who runs the thing is Tim Gardner.
Tim Gardner.
Female bodybuilding shows like Tampa, Chicago, and others as well. So basically, Tim Gardner and Jake Wood. Those are pretty much the two most famous promoters and show owners around, pretty much. There is. I actually did see him at the New York Pro. I wasn't able to talk to him. He is very, very large in real life. Actually, he's like 6 foot something.
Oh wow!
I think
he's a former bodybuilder.
Yeah, I've seen videos.
That's very big.
He's big.
Okay.
He's a very big dude. Raheem also says, let the new blood go on stage for the Rising Phoenix. The champion attends as a spectator and look at the new blood. Well, like I said, if it's invitational, if it's still invitational, in fights, competitors that look like they have, Mila Ash hadn't done too good. She did pretty good at the Rising, but didn't do too good at the Olympia. I don't know if Maila's going to compete this year. She might just wait till later in the close to the summer. You got some up-and-comers. I think, it should be more of an open show for competitors who want to, get the opportunity to, qualify for the Olympia. I think it should be open show. It shouldn't just be invitational anymore. You have the Olympia now. The reason why they started Rising Feet is because they needed a stage for the women, for women bodybuilding, because they didn't have a championship. Well, now you have
So counterpoint. Based off what I've seen, the reason that they made it invitational is because they want to more or less mimic the Miss International and their invitational system. So kind of like be a substitute almost.
Kind of like the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. How is invitational?
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, no, but I think let's not do the invitations. Let's like any competitor. If let them apply, I remember, if you have competitors, who wants to go, hey, you got to think about it. Opportunity to win $50,000 and a new car, and then also, even though you don't win, there's other awards you get for most muscular, best video, best poser. Even like I said, I know with some competitors who won, they are like the top. So like think Mela, who was one of the top 5 competitors, she won, took second, and I can't remember. I think she won for best video, I believe, or was it best poser? I think she took second. So she was able to get a little money from that, and plus her prize money. And I think Mona Persolet took fifth of that show, and I was surprised she took fifth. I was surprised she took fifth. I was certain she was going to make the top three. But
Yeah, because she looks good.
yeah, she
Yeah.
looked, yeah, because I saw her when she guest posed at the Savannah, and she looked like she should have done that show. She should have done Savannah. She could have beat Ashley Hadley for the title, but then
Oh, yeah.
because she only had so many points, and you know what? If Sherry Priami had done another show, Sherry probably would have got in the took it in and surpassed her. She because if like I said, well, I heard about Sherry Priami because her daughter got sick, and she was taking care of her.
Oh, yeah.
So all Sherry had
Yeah.
to do, all Sherry had to do was one show, and maybe because I think Sherry had 17 points. If she could done that show in Europe, that would have got her. If all she had to do is crack the top three, or even just get in the top five, where she get enough points. Where I forgot how many points were there from. I'm trying to remember. I know name we do not speak. She had enough points from that show. She did because she was in the top five of that show. That's why she was in the lead. She took first over Michelle Jen. So
Mm.
if Sherry, who had 17 points and got in the top five, she would have had enough points where it would have pushed Mona out of points
Oh,
qualification.
yeah.
It's smart. We got here Waheem is saying also, you know, um, they don't know how to book. East meets the West. This is the great booking. Okay. Also, he says, bring back the Miss International then. No, well, Miss International now is a pro qualifier. It's back, but it's a pro qualifier. It's not,
It's a pro qualifier.
it's part of Chicago. It's part of Chicago Pro. Um,
Mm.
Also, there's so much hype they are not looking at or taking advantage of. Well, the thing is, you need precedent just like that. As we talked about before, this is why the sport is where it is at. Well, I won't say that much. You go to hype of the trash talk and market the heck out of that. The thing is, it's hard to market it because most people generally are
I
not a
agree.
fan of bodybuilding.
Mm.
Most people, that's why you don't see it anymore on cable or network television. Most of the time, you want to watch a bodybuilding show, you have to watch the pay-per-view or catch it somewhere on YouTube.
Yep.
It's just that it's about. But one thing it could do, like I just saw this morning before I went to my doctor's office. I was like going on my way to visit my doctor. I was like on my phone, and I was, and I saw that Natty Quajo is doing an interview. She did an interview for a local TV station in Florida because she lives in Florida, and
Oh, yeah. Okay.
yeah, she did an interview for them. And someone like Natalie, I'm not a big fan of Natty Quajo. I think but
Yeah.
she's very popular.
I-
But like I said, someone like I think I talked some we simply talk about this how someone like Andrea and Chelsea, if you can get them some press agents and really put them out there, try to get up with these major like CBS This Morning, Today's Show, Good Morning
oh,
America,
yeah.
ESPN, as bodybuilding used to be on ESPN. Maybe just most of the interviews they do are mostly interviews online, more or less. But I remember a while back Sherry Shepard. She had Jay Cargill on an episode of one of her shows.
Okay.
I'm
I
a big
think I
fan.
remember.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Jay Cargill. Amazing.
Oh,
woman.
yeah.
She could be a figure competitor. I won't say she's long and tall. I think figure
Yeah. Yeah. She's about 5'10",
yeah,
5'11".
5'10", 5'11". She's almost 16.
Oh, yeah.
And Jordan Grace is planning on competing because I think she said she's about another 3 or 4 weeks out or something like that. She's involved. But I think like competitors like Angela, Andrea, Chelsea, a couple others. I mean, I know I've seen, Teresa Vasic does some local news stuff. I mean,
Okay.
not just women, but all bodybuilders. If all these competitive bodybuilders can do something like that, that would probably help them. I mean, right here.
Yeah. It definitely push
This man,
them more.
Raheem George, she put herself out there in local news. That's the thing is, you got to if you she did it herself. That's what I'm about to tell you. But with the others, especially Andrea,
Are
she
you talking about Natalia, the Russian?
no. Natalia
Okay,
Cueto.
not Krasnova.
No,
Okay.
not that's, no, not Costa Nova. There's at least just two Natalias. There's like four Russians. You got two Anastasias and two Natalias. And and Natalia Amazonka, it's because the last name
Amazonica.
Amazonka.
Hmm.
She's in Russia, right now.
Okay.
She's
Oh,
not
my
competing
bad.
anymore because the other Natalia, her husband, he's stupid, he's crazy. He thinks that his wife's going to be Andrea. He's a dumbass. I mean,
Right.
this guy, you understand that it's about your wife. Your wife is appealing. Your wife has a good physique, but she doesn't have the overall aesthetics to be someone like Andrea. She does not.
Hmm.
There's the Anastasia Kobalova, who's she's very big,
Oh yeah.
but even though she has the size, it's just that size is not enough. You have to come in good condition. I mean, a lot of
Hmm.
people. I know guys like AJ over there, Feel About Each Other. They're big fan of us. I like her. I used to talk back and forth on IG. I ain't talked too much about her lately, but she's getting to the point where she looks like she should be men's 212 instead of women's bodybuilding. Also,
Okay.
it's the other Anastasia Kovaleva. She's very impressive, but I think she got too much on top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I,
that
I I
kind of,
see what you're saying.
yeah, she can't like if you look at like even like someone like now Alicia Young, she does go over,
Ah.
but Alicia when she competed back in 2020 when she at the Rising Phoenix, she looked great. She looks
Mm,
great. I know she said she's
I've seen
getting
those
ready.
photos.
Yeah, she said she's going to come back and compete next year. 'Cause,
Okay.
uh, here we have what Raheem is saying. Why Linda Murray or Jake reach out to media to have Andrea out there on the media? I
I
don't know.
agree.
That's up to them. I
Mm.
would. I know that the Rising Phoenix do their own stuff too. They have their own podcasts, like people like Darren James, also Israel
Yeah, I think
Bell,
Whitney Jones is on.
Whitney Jones, or Whitney Jones, Linda, Elena, a couple others. They do the thing, the Film Effects Friday, but
Mhm.
that's within their realm. But they
Ah,
need to stretch out into like I would say into the real world. Like you remember in
It's
the Matrix.
rare for that to happen, though. I mean, the only times that really happens is somebody like an Arnold Schwarzenegger, and that's a very particular case because he's like he became a actor after bodybuilding for like 15
right.
years, and then became the governor of California of all things, and now he's retired, I think, or whatever. And, you know, there's like those incredibly rare cases like that. You do branch out to the wider community,
He could.
uh,
Yeah,
He has
yeah,
that power.
but I don't know.
get that money.
Uh, yeah, I don't know who the female equivalent of that would be to do
Closest
it.
person to Arnold, I would say, was Corey Evenson. I think closest to Arnold, like she done some movies and TV shows. Then I think Richard McLesh right after that. But yeah, there's never been a female bodybuilder who got to that level. Arnold with him, he put a lot of work. He did a lot of stuff. Like I said, I'm a fan of Arnold. Don't respect the thing he done, the stuff he has done, the shit he's done during his life. Sleeping with the maid and getting a kid. That's how you marriage, and another stuff. But you know, it's he really worked hard about it. Also, Raheem is saying they have experience with media. They do because they do their own stuff there, but they really need to stretch out to mainstream media. Also, he says, you know, where is it get here? Oh, wait a minute. It says, hey, not a dumbass is so smart to hype his wife up, use his marketing tool. Yes, but he's a dumbass.
Ah, right.
He's a dumbass still. He knows, come on.
Yeah.
I know you want to hype up your wife, but at the same time, don't put down other people by calling paper competitors. You know, hype up your wife
Mm-mm.
a better way. But realize, understand, your wife's not going to be Andrea. No matter how much you want to hype her up, that's good. But be understanding. Your wife would not be Andrea. This is a great marketing new challenge. Someone to step up to the champion. Well, like I said, no one's going to beat the champion. They're going to step up, and they're going to that old saying. Remember that old song? Was it "Punk get up to get beat down"? That's what's going to happen. That works. Yeah, it's true. Also, he says, unless Andrea doesn't want the limelight, maybe
Well, I
he is.
mean, she
I
can
mean,
retire, but is what it
Yeah.
is.
I hope not.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
hope not. But yeah, let's see her go
Yeah.
for a while. At least up until like she gets up to like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
But hey, guys, Rolando, George, I'm gonna head on out because
All right. It was nice meeting you.
it's always nice meeting you too, but man, have a good one. Always enjoy.
Yeah.
Peace out,
Yeah.
everybody.
All right. I appreciate it, brother.
So appreciate
Enjoy
it.
Monday. Peace.
All right. Have a good day. Anyway, that was my man, the hand of the emperor, Jen. I appreciate for coming through. Good luck to the young brother. I mean, he's a working young man. I gotta respect him. Raheem is also saying you don't keep your champion on podcast. Did Don King keep Mike Tyson out of the limelight? Most of the time, Mike kept himself, crashing cars, punching me green in the eye. I mean, Mike kept Mike. I mean, I'm a big Mike Tyson fan. I you talk about Money Mayweather. There was Money Mike.
Oh yeah.
That was Money Mike. Also, he said, unless Andrew is a okay, now he said this. It says George, sports is all about trash talk. Well, this is not like basketball or
Or like boxing.
no, that trash talk thing. I don't stand with that in those sports, but bodybuilding, it should be more about camaraderie. And trash talk is not really essential in bodybuilding. Most of these women, there's some good friendships and bonds with these women.
Yeah.
There are some women don't like each other. I remember when I saw how at the Olympia when Natalie won, Sarah didn't hug her. She no, I remember. I try to remember. I know. I think at the last Olympia, they did hug, but this year they didn't. I think there's some stuff that's going on between them. And a lot of people. One thing is a lot of people saying that Natalie should have won the last one. I think sometimes every time sometimes you see competitors when they win, hey, there's good sportsmanship, hugging, like that. I think some sports I wouldn't like. Say I do some content on MMA,
Okay.
and sometimes
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, I see sometimes in a fight, after the fight they hug each other. No, we went 3 or 5 rounds, beating each other, hell out of each other. Don't hug me, no. And even sometimes they pick up their opponent. I ain't picking you up. Like we do the part with the weigh-ins. They shake hands. I ain't shaking your hand. You're not my friend. You're stand between me and winning. So other than I respect you as a fighter, but anything like that, I give you a pound, but that's it. When you lay down if I beat the mess out of you, I ain't picking you up. You lay there. I see fighters when they sitting on the stool, and the other fighter's like, I'm concerned about them. No, I'm not concerned about you. I whooped your tail. I'm standing off in the quarter, waiting to raise my hand. I understand that some people do that being good sports, but sometimes I like to see a fighter just say, man, I'm not here to be the man's friend. I'm not here to hug him. I'm not here. I give him a dab, but I'm not shaking his hand. We're not buddies or anything like that. I hug my people. I hug my family. But I ain't hugging nobody I know that I just whooped with 3 or 5 rounds and whooped his ass. Nah, I'm not doing that, man. Nah, don't hug me. Don't hug me. Don't touch on me.
That defeats the purpose of you.
Yeah. We got here. We got here. He just came to the scene of the crime.
What's up?
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Yeah, how you doing? You
guys having fun talking?
Yeah, we had fun talking. We had a good conversation. We were talking earlier. We were talking about Angela Yao, but we jumped onto another subject. Also, Raheem Hamilton, Arnold and Boo went at each other, but it was in good fun respect. Well, yeah, I know they used to do that. You remember the end of Pumping Iron, where Arnold and Lou were sitting in the back of the bus, and they took off the jackets, and it would have been funny if you had Franco Palumbo between them.
You know what? I was just watching that. Yesterday. I didn't finish watching it, but I was checking that out.
Yeah,
I'm late, y'all.
say Arlu, your muscles so strong, Arlu, you know. But that was them back then, you know.
Mm.
But you know, everything's not gonna be the same. You know, sometimes some people, you know, you gotta be careful with people's feelings, you know, and also there's a lot of mental aspects of this. You know,
Yeah.
Bodybuilding. A lot of bodybuilders have to deal with some mental stuff about this sport, and last thing
Oh,
you
yeah.
do is be, you know, because people might see that as being a bully in a way. But I understand you want to trash talk about it, but still, you know, that's one thing.
Yeah.
It's something that's not really needed in bodybuilding. It's one thing if it's in boxing and some of the other sports, but I don't think bodybuilding really needs it.
Nah, I mean, it would be a little interesting, but then it would
Yeah,
kind of wear off.
yeah, it's gonna wear. I know. Back in the day, a lot of old school players, you know, guys like trash talk, like Michael Jordan trash talk about Magic Johnson, Johnson trash talk about Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas was kissing Magic Johnson. I remember people talking about jokes. Saying, that's probably how Magic Johnson got AIDS. He's kissing Isaiah Thomas. Oh man, the story where I heard about that thing with Magic Johnson. He was messing with his chick. I was messing with the guy who used to be a dance choreographer for Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah. I know him. I think he passed away.
Remember Beat It and the guy with the white jacket?
Yeah, light-skinned guy.
Yeah, he was not the dance coordinator. He said he was bisexual, or he was he was bisexual or something like that. He dipped in girls and boys, and they're talking. They say that he got it from a porn star by Heather Hunter, but Heather never had it. She's still walking.
Oh yeah.
The story goes like they was messing with because Michael Jackson, Eddie Murphy, those guys, the Prince were all friends, and this guy who was Michael's choreographer. What story goes, he was messing with a girl. And Magic messed with that girl, and that's how he got it. Because they got him, because it's like sometimes it's just he's double dipping.
Well, I wanted to say one that series that came on about Jerry Buss, their owner, he was the one that kind of like encouraged Magic to kind of go out there and get his freak on, because they said they were going to the Playboy Mansion and doing a lot of stuff. So I don't know if that added on extra.
Yeah.
But,
well, like I said, Jerry Buss. I remember when he got positive. Jerry Buss was the person that stood by Magic. Jerry Buss was like a second father to Magic. And I remember when that mess with that guy. Remember that guy Dollar Sterling when when Magic
Clippers, former Clippers.
Yeah. When Magic was in that picture with him, with that picture with her and I think Magic was a picture with Donald's side chick and his other chick. He got mad about it.
Oh yeah.
He said the N word because Jerry Buss that pissed him off because he talked about his boy. That's his boy.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden he kicked him out because hey man, that's stupid thing. That's Magic Johnson. You can don't say nothing about any other black people. Most definitely. Don't say nothing about Magic. That's Magic. No. We have here Rolando saying, Raheem, feelings, mental, bullying. Wow, what time we live in. We're living in a progressive time, Raheem. And bullying is not, I know some bullying can help some people motivate themselves, but at the same time, some bullying can be extreme. And good part of these high school shootings will come from people who've been bullied. And sometimes we push somebody, either they can take the bullying and make them a better person, or they can take the bullying and just, it just turn them out. Sometimes it's not good to bully somebody. I know it's still going on today, but you have to be careful. There's some cases, some serial killers and murderers came out from it, because they were different and they didn't know what to do with their feelings. So they go and they attack somebody, or some serial killers came from broken homes, or they came from good amount of them came from good homes. They were the guy who was next door. His parents were everybody good, but then because he was different, something about him, somebody picked on him. This thing is everybody's not going to be the same.
Like been neglected. Yeah.
Everybody's not the same.
Kind of like with Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. You can say, hey, he come from a good family, but if you don't spend time with your children, and and also if your children don't say like, hey, everybody gets bullied. Nah, sometimes that does affect your mind. Your mind,
Oh,
you know,
okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay.
your mind is different from, it's just pretending on a person's mindset, and
Yeah.
and just bullying somebody is not good. I've been picked on, bullied when I was coming up because I was poor or I was fat. And just it's just how it is sometimes. You know,
I remember people used to call me a nerd. I used to get beat
yeah,
up by everybody
yeah.
in junior high school, girls, guys.
Jerry Buss passed away when the Donald Sterling thing went down back in 2014. I should no, he sure. I feel like he that he did he. I'm trying to remember. Did he die that year? I thought he was still alive for the whole thing with what's the face with down.
Hey,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm back.
yeah. All right.
Sorry.
Yeah, but you know, but then like I said again, what bodybuilding needs, it does need some kind of support. Especially for the women. The women,
Yes.
it's a lot harder for them. Like I said, I think Rolando, you were there when we were talking with Jessica Coleman when we were talking about the subject how
I
you
was.
know yeah, when and she's a great lady. Good
Yeah.
contact. Yesterday was her birthday. Great, happy birthday, Jessica. Also, happy birthday yesterday
Oh,
was Monique Jones. I just got a text. I just got
oh,
she DM'd me saying thank you because I posted on my IG story. And
okay. I'm at the shadow. I'm a little late on.
yeah, she lives in South Carolina. I interviewed a couple ladies that know her. Well, one lady who knows her. That's Jamie Hart. And that interview I did with Jamie Hart, it's already over 500 views. And that interview was
Hmm.
exactly 2 weeks today.
You said
Oh, wow.
over 500 views? I mean,
Yeah,
over what? I
yeah,
know you got like football numbers with the likes. You got like 35 likes or something like that.
Yeah.
It may
yeah.
be more right
I think
now.
Yeah, and it's surprising. I had a couple like people like I had people like Daniel Willis. I had Barbara Majan. Other day at the
Right.
time when I interviewed um Capucine Kunt that first time,
Right.
her video went over 200 the next day.
Oh yeah,
You
that's
know,
good. I mean, even when like people like Google your name, they see the stuff that or a female bodybuilder, they see your interviews with them. So that's good, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
good.
that is. Congratulations. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I know you knew you've been doing this for a while, longer than Clyde, right?
well,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
think a little
Okay.
bit longer because I think
I mean,
Clyde
the
was already, yeah.
interviews. I mean, I was like I already had I had my channel since like 2015.
Oh,
Originally, it was 2013, but
right.
YouTube deleted my account, so I made up another one. But this current one, it was, I would say, like 2013, and the Wanderer, it came out like 2018 or something like that.
Okay,
But
that's how I started.
I've been
Started
around. I've been
following.
around for a long time. I've like 10
Okay.
years.
Oh, okay. I'm not trying to put. There was no way I was trying to put you. Like you ain't bitter because I just discovered and then you introduced me to George. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
nah. I'm just saying. I mean,
yeah.
I've been like a long time. Like I started out doing like video slides. I ain't had shit to
Right.
do. I was in the library and I was just making like taking like the female bodybuilder pictures, put it together, and then like sometimes I would do mixed wrestling, but the mixed
Oh,
wrestling kind of screwed me
oh,
over. But I would do
yo,
mostly the bodybuilders,
yo,
and then
Yeah.
like
hello.
I started
I
Oh.
I
think
seen
we
I
froze.
discovered
Somebody,
George
is it
like
me or wait a minute?
Oh, is it
I discovered
George? Is
George
it me?
like
I don't
hello.
know what y'all freeze or was it
Oh,
me?
I'm sorry.
Oh, you
I
hear
thought I
me?
did something.
Hmm.
Nah, but back to
Mhm.
I discovered George like maybe like 2 years ago, and he had like certain like topics about Annie Revasio and
Ah,
and the Brock, and I was like, wow, this dude is good. I'm like he's breaking out. He's like certain things he talking about because there was
yeah.
things I
Yeah,
would
I'm trying
try
to
to
be like
do,
George someday.
but
Yeah.
I mean, me and
No.
him, we was kind of similar, but it's like George, he just knew more and know how to
Right.
articulate more. So, I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
wow,
Oh
this
yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. Like I said, I had a channel beforehand, and I was posting pictures and stuff like. But then they told me because the pictures were supposed to be copyrighted, then my channel
Right.
was. I think they liked my channel. And the
Mhm.
funny thing about the copyright pictures now, you can go those pictures may be copyrighted, but technically they're public domain. When you put them out there, people are going to
They
see it.
are.
They're basically public domain. If you don't want them to be, copy, don't if you don't, they're not private if you put them out there.
Mm,
Understand?
Right.
mhm.
It's not like I'm
They be
stealing them.
screwing you over with that shit though. Like if you, I
Yeah.
mean, bodybuilders have certain bodybuilders or
Mm.
like photographers and shit. So I
Mhm.
mean, I'm really kind of cautious about that.
Well, what I
Mm.
do sometimes is certain ones that when I post, especially on my IG or I post like here, I try to take out the copyright part when they put their things on and I could say like some bodybuilders do it too. I know bodybuilders
Yeah.
who when they post these pictures from shows, they cut out the like NPC News Online or if it's a RX Muscle or like
Right.
they cut out that part at the bottom. Now sometimes if it's like like shows like the Olympia or
Mhm.
Chicago Pro, other shows that have another tag up the top. But it's hard to get those out because they've been a way where you have to really you might take out you don't want to take too much of a person's head. Um, correction from Raheem. Jerry passed away in 2013. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, because I felt like Jerry was still alive because he talked about it. He was pissed when Donald Sterling started talking about his boy Magic. And they kicked him out. I think they kicked out um,
They did.
that next
Yeah.
year or that the end of the year. I think he was kicked out the end
Yeah,
of
and I think his wife took over it, and then she sold it
the
to
year.
that uh I think billionaire tech guy.
Yeah,
I forget his
yeah.
name.
Remember they were playing. I think it was playing in the game. I think it was it was in the finals or was in or in the playoffs. They took off their jerseys and stuff and threw them. I think it was the jerseys or their jackets and threw them in the middle of the court protesting.
Mm.
And that's the thing is as the NBA have a union. Like most
Okay.
every major sports, they have a union because
Mm.
they remember a few years ago they had the first lockout.
I
And
remember that.
yeah, and you had the second lockout about a few years back. They have
Mm.
a union. That's the thing. Bodybuilding don't have a union because the fact is, especially in the pro level. You know,
Yeah. Now, how can we? I mean, I know I can't
there's nothing we
be
can
the
really
only
do.
one to make water into wine on this, but
Well, it's
how
not,
could a person like me be more of a better, or try to contribute more to this?
well,
Because
where you have to reach out. I would say start in the amateurs. Those
okay,
competitors that can really use the help. Find somebody who's genuinely you can really genuinely interested in help. I mean, understand that hey, because sometimes these ladies, like I said, I remember what Jessica said that she had guys reach out to her, but she was kind of cautious because sometimes these guys be weirdos. They be guys
oh,
like
I
they want to do crazy shit or want something in exchange for it. But if you can find somebody who's really, I would say coming up, maybe somebody who's been hadn't competing too long, who might really need the help. Maybe, like I said, I was going to interview a young lady yesterday, but we had some stuff happen and we couldn't do it, so we're going to do it Sunday. She's
okay.
only 21 years old. She's
Mm,
competed in a few shows. She last competed at nationals last year in figure, and she's also competed in physique. I would say,
okay.
look up some of these. He's like, look up some of these ladies, and like I said, like if you like Kale does, like I do now, because Kale told me what I need. Send an email. I usually do IG. Most times, a lot of these ladies they are IG a lot more than
Oh yeah.
I have got some contact with some ladies with interviews with emails. If they have an email address, IG, you can go to you know, Facebook, you any platform they're on, you know, and just have a plan, detail it. Say okay, or like I said, tell them like, okay, write something out. If you're gonna think about doing it, like, okay, you have a plan for like, okay, say, Miss, I have this plan. This is such and such, for this is such and such, and this that, and make it really convincing in which they can feel like they can trust you. And you want to have these ladies trust, most definitely, because they go through a lot. They go through a lot of people, chastised for being women with muscle. They go through a lot of, being shamed because they are in this sport. The guys, they don't get as much, they get a good amount here and there, but not as much as women. You know,
No.
people feel, women in bodybuilding is offense. How can you have a union bodybuilding when there's no money in the bodybuilding? I know that, I know that part, but like I said, it's just one thing is, unions do help. I know there's no money in bodybuilding. You know, uh, one thing if they could have a unions, that's like I said, if they could have a union, that could help out with some things, like most definitely, um, you know, like issues with, you know, like you get a pro card.
And
You got to think about it. You get a pro card. You pay to that card every year to keep up your pro registration. Every year.
mm,
Let's compare those. I know one lady. She's not competing anymore, but she still pays her pro fees because the fact is that pro card kind of like it's like being a mechanic or be an electrician or be a plumber.
mm,
It's like your license bonding. So when you train other people, say, hey, I'm getting paid trade by IFB Pro. And so, like this, I said again, no one comes to see Jim Mannion. No one comes to see Jake Wood. No one comes to see Tim Gardner. They come to see the competitors. And I think the NPC and IFBB, they should invest money in the competitors. If you feel like these people are dying, hey, getting sick, have insurance for them. That
exactly.
that money from that pro card every year should go to that. I know they put it in their pocket, and I know a friend told me that basically the IFBB and NPC go live off of donations. They're a nonprofit organization, meaning
Ah,
they can write off the stuff as tax as 'cause
that's like a
if you make a
tax write-off.
donation, yeah, if you make a donation, that's a tax write off. You know, all you
Mhm.
gotta do is make sure you have paid proof some information like that. I mean, I knew girls who used to strip, and what they did was they put their paper together, put the work together. They're undocumented workers, and they file their taxes. I think
Okay.
bodybuilders can do the same like that. They
Yeah.
like women can take their posing suits, say, okay, this is for clothing expenses, food expenses, like that. Figure a way you can probably write off his taxes, and you can probably get a rebate from it. Think about it. Depending on how you put it into, you might get a little extra money from it. It's about how you can work it. I think there's some. I most definitely know there's some tax attorneys that know how to do stuff like that. How to break it down, make it where it's really legal, and they get something out of this. That's why I say like this. But like I said, I understand about the union thing. But the thing about it is it's hard to get a union because everybody's more worried about their short term money than long term money. And I know there's no
Mm,
everybody at all, but there is some because if you think about it, some of these competitors do get sponsors.
they do.
They do get sponsors. So
Yeah, and then some of them do the supplements. Because I've noticed a lot of the ones from South America, Latin countries. The ones that I've known, they have their supplement companies, and some of them are from the states, but they're over there in their countries. And I was looking at their fitness body belly magazines, and they would be like endorsing those products. So that's I guess that's how they do it, and I see it on some of their YouTube channels.
yeah, and what they do is also because they endorse. They get like if you somebody I know my man Sean Stewart who's been on here before, and Sean's a really cool dude. He has his check out Sean's YouTube channel Bodybuilders for Dummies. He does something. He's kind of not been busy lately because he's just got a new job. He's focused on that job. He's taking time. He'll get back on his YouTube channel, but he's focused on his new job right now. And how we talk about how you know where he's with Gaspari. and they're a big company.
Right.
I think they're a clothing company. They're also part of Better Bodies, where he has
Mhm.
called a discount sticker on his IG. So you just click it and you go to one of the Gaspari's YouTube I'm sorry, web pages where they're selling a product, you get a discount, and sometimes they get a little kickback from that because if you use their like okay, let's say you're Andrew Shaw, you go to Andrew Shaw slash whatever it is, you go to that company, like she's on the Mutation. She's one of the few women who's with a major company who's sponsored by a major company. And Mutation,
Okay.
I think it's a supplement, and also I think it's a food apparel stuff like that. I don't know all about Mutation sound. Um, you can get a discount, and they get a kickback from that. Not much,
Mm.
but a little something to get enough people who go and buy that product and then use their like we see something say like, oh, this code, put this code in and you get a discount. And
Right.
what happens is that if you use that code, especially with any of these competitors whose works for that company, they get a kickback from it. They get like a few dollars here and there. That helps a lot more. But it's like I said, it's about people should take a chance with some of these ladies. They should take a chance. But the problem is people don't want to, especially with their money, they don't want to take a chance. Like I said was earlier, if there could be a coalition of, like all it needs is enough people to get behind some of these ladies. Like I said before, like if you can get like, I know a lot of guys who are big fan of women, and you see how when bodybuilding is getting pushed out. If it's enough for you. There's guys who got some deep pockets. There's some rich guys who end up being bodybuilders. They don't want anybody to know about it. Hey, hire somebody to be a representative. Come together and say, you know what, go to a promoter, who has a show where there's no female bodybuilding at it. There's some shows where I said before, there's only maybe one or two divisions. It might be men's open and bikini. And say, you know what, you got to put up the money, most definitely, because they pay a sanction fee. So and also you have enough to cover the sanction fee, also prize money. Okay, so you go to a promoter, say, okay, I think just told me the sanction fee is like $20,000. Okay, so you pay the sanction fee, and let's put another $20,000 that can go to prize money, so you can split it up for the top three competitors. So these ladies get listed. Okay, let's say $20,000. You split it like three ways. You break it down. Okay, I would say 12 for the winner, five for the second place, and 3,000 for the third.
Mm.
That's a good chunk of change,
That is.
you know. Or you can say 10 um go like let me see 10 um first place, 6,000 for second, and 4,000 for third. You can do like that, whichever way you want. You want to feel a little bit more even, you know. That be you think about it. Hey, $4,000. That's how much you get sometimes for first place. Even 5,000. I mean, it may be just a little more they get back from any other show. Get together and you find if you can get some more guys get involved in. Like I say, put up like maybe I would say at least $1,000.
Okay.
Try to start a show enough to cover fees. You have to bring in. You have to also make it a pro am because what it is with the amateurs, they pay to compete. So that's where you come out of your money from is from the amateurs. So you make it a
Amateurs.
pro am. You have all the divisions from men's open to 12, men's classic, men's physique, bodybuilding, women's bodybuilding, figure, physique, even fitness. No, no, you might cut the fitness out. Most of you are gonna have bikini and wellness because those are the new big popular. Those are popular TNA
Right.
divisions. Now that's for the amateurs, and from them paying their interest fees, that can cover the cost of some other things. And then you put in the money because you have to pay for the venue. You have to then also you can charge if like a lot of these vendors want a place to sell it, then you have to charge them. Don't make it too high for the vendors because some vendors don't have that much money. Hey, maybe like $500 per vendor, at an
Okay.
event. So to rent a spot. So and they might make a little cash from it. They might make some, depending on if they get enough people to buy their product. So And then you have, okay, you can do a show. Okay, we have a show where, okay, let's have a show with four divisions. We have two women's divisions, two men division. I would say women's bodybuilding, either bikini or wellness. The divisions that really bring people come to the chairs for the women. Also, I would say men's classic and maybe men's open because they, the sponsors we're back as long as you have some form of men bodybuilding, they were back. You know,
Okay.
I would love to do this. If I was, I don't say Jake Wood's money. I would say Bill Gates' money. If I had Bill Gates' money, I would say I would love to do a show here in North Carolina because it's cheaper to do it. You can set up. It's cheaper in the South. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I would
Yeah. I
say.
can see that.
Yeah, I know. You know, I was talking about this. Say, somebody said, where would we do it? Say Charlotte, Raleigh? No, Charlotte, Raleigh's too expensive. I
Mhm.
would say Asheville. Asheville
Asheville.
is a it's too not too expensive. And I remember I watched the episode. It was the return of Dinner Impossible with Robert Irvine, and they have there's a big food truck. A lot of food trucks in Asheville. You could set a show afterwards. You had the food trucks set up for after show so people can eat. You don't charge competitors because you say like, okay, I could pay for the competitor food, but everybody else can be charged. Competitors, judges, people that work the show eat for free, and just all I gotta do is pay for them, but everybody else has to pay. That'd be good. Another
Oh
show
yeah.
one is Texas because Texas is a growing mecca. There's a
Mm.
lot of bodybuilders in Texas. Mila Ashley is there. Leah Denny lives there.
Mm.
People like Ronnie Coleman is originally from Texas.
Right.
Vicky Gates lives in Texas. She had a show a few years ago, but she don't have it anymore. I would say do a show in Texas. I would say you will have um four divisions like you do with we did the other show. Women's you have women's bodybuilding. You have fitness because Texas like cheerleader is a cheerleader state, big in football. You
Oh
have
yeah.
men's open and men's 212. Little
Mm.
big guys. You know,
Right.
and that'd be good. And then I know a lady who I talked to, Andrew Sorrow. She told me that she wished there was more shows for women's bodybuilding closer to the west. Now the closest thing you have right now is the show coming up in Vancouver. That's Vancouver, but it is close to the west.
Oh, yeah, it is. It
Yeah,
can't.
because I know Eva Montgomery. She earned her qualification at that show. She was only
Ah,
because that was still had the guidelines for the
he's real impressive.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
I hadn't heard much from her. I used to talk back and forth every now and then on IG, but I hadn't much from her. I wanted to say she's doing. I hadn't heard. I know a while back her son got married. And she told me her father passed away. I haven't heard
Oh,
much of her
okay.
lately from
Sorry
her.
to hear that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But we used to talk a good bit every now and then. I was hoping to try and do an interview with her sometime soon, but I think
Yeah, yeah, that would be great.
I would love to
Yeah.
do one. I've been trying to get her to do one. She was gonna plan to do something. Her son got married, and then I think something happened. I think she's right now. I don't know. I hope she's all
Oh,
right. I hope she's all right. If either you hear me, I hope you're doing all right. But like I said, if you ever want to come on and just talk and just share your story, see how you're going, I would love to have you on. But if there could be a show, especially there used to be some quiet shows in female body in California, but it's really fallen off the last 10 years or so. I would say I do a show in
and that's
California.
where I'm at.
Mhm. Do a show in California. All right.
Yeah.
So you have women's bodybuilding, you have bikini, you have men's open, and you go with I would say, well, I think they say that show in North Carolina said men's classic physique, 212 in in um in Texas, and men's physique because bikini, men's physique is bikini in the women's division. It's kind of it's like it's what it is. It's like it's the men's vision. It's the men's vision of bikini. So
All right.
yeah. So that's what you do.
Something.
It sounds fair. I mean, it sounds fair. I mean, at least those three shows where you have women's bodybuilding still in the lead, but you see women's bodybuilding, men's bodybuilding, because men's bodybuilding is the bottom bitch, is the one that bringing the money, and you have, um, you know, you have in the other divisions mixing in there so often. We got here Oscar And Oscar says, "Hello, hello, Oscar. Thank you for coming through."
That's great.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, that's what they need
yeah.
to do. Hopefully, I could write them. Maybe I don't know.
Well, like I said
That's
again, I would say we got some amateurs. And
amateurs.
I who like if you ever get a chance to go to an amateur show,
Okay.
go to a show where, especially a show where we have, um, you know, I would say something like maybe, you can go to a pro show with a pro am show. And if you're there and if you see somebody that you don't recognize that's an amateur, we approach them, say, "Hey, my name is such and such," and have like a real serious conversation with them, and say everything down and say, give you information, or and see where they're headed. And if they know you're genuinely serious about it, they probably will be interested.
Okay.
Maybe even you can.
Londo,
Hmm?
you told George your bodybuilding experience.
Yeah.
Your
What's
body
your side of this?
Oh
you told me
yeah. I I kind of had such a slight negative encounter with one, and I believe, oh God, what's her name?
You need to drop a
She's
name.
from Paraguay.
You need to drop a
Uh,
name, so we wouldn't. I wouldn't. But I say,
no, actually, there's two that rubbed me the wrong way because I think she got an ego thing. And I think you know her name, and Clyde interviewed her.
well, you just like I said, just drop you're in here. You could drop it in the private chat and let me know who it is because I think I got to if you're a private chat, you can let me know who it is. But
Yeah.
I know with some of these women, there's some women who have good hearts. Some women can be full of themselves. It's just about it's like I said, it's about up to the woman, and
the
some
topics different.
yeah, that makes I mean, I know what Clyde talks about, so that he reaches out to these ladies about doing interviews, and some of them kind of hesitant, you know.
Mm,
And I've done some time with some women like, hey, you know what? I'm not going to spend my time on you. If you're not interested in coming on here and sharing your story,
mm,
move on. Then
I get it.
sometimes maybe a month or two later, and say, hey, you say you want to do the interview. I said, okay, you want to do the interview? Okay, you really want to do it? So yeah, we do it. Just let me know the time, place, we do it. Because sometimes they just feel like they want to share their story, or there's been times where they know somebody that did an interview with me, and they say, "Oh, this guy reached out to me interview." Yeah, 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 yeah. I said, "Oh, you need
Right.
George?"
Through another person, and they feel more
Yeah,
comfortable with
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. I know one
For
day, hey, I can reach out to such and such. She said, "Nah, nah, I want her to come. I want to put out myself." Like I reached out to one lady, and she liked the idea, but right now she was busy doing other stuff. And I said, well, if you want, when everything gets settled and you're done and you feel like you have something you want to share, you can come back on. I mean, I'm not gonna chase after you. You gave me you told me what you thought, and okay, that's cool. I know a while back I even reached out to Iris Kyle, and she told
ah,
me that she had a contract with somebody else. She couldn't do interviews outside of anybody else. So I said that's cool. That's cool.
okay.
I'm not gonna bug up. Hey, I would love to have the Irish cow. I know people who follow me say they love to see me interview some of these girls or women who are on the top. But like I said, it's hard to get them. Because
Yeah.
most of them are really a lot busier. They do interviews with people like Female Body Channel or maybe DD on the Spot. Those
Right.
guys.
JB and them.
Yeah, JB and them. Those guys who are bigger platforms.
Mm.
Like but like
JB, I'm just
JB and
joking.
AJ. Yeah, yeah. AJ like
Yeah, I know.
he likes the big freaky cheeks. Even AJ called me a while back and he talked to me, told me give me some little advice. What I need to do. I took some of his advice. Other stuff I'm just going to be as I am, but some of his advice, it's really good advice. He told me. I appreciate the dude. You know,
Right.
but what works for you works for you. I mean, like I was talking with like the after the interview I did with Jessica Coleman. She told
Yeah,
me
I love that. That
she
was
told
she
me
was really great.
She told me her mom really loved the interview. Her mom is not big on her being a bodybuilder, but she saw the interview and she
Oh,
said she loved it. I remember one I did with Yetta Abdul. She told me the same thing. Her mom loved the interview, and like I said, like when I
Oh,
do
that's
stuff like with the Joker, because I want to make you feel comfortable. I do a laugh. We
Yeah,
like you want to have good conversation at the same time. And that's how this is my style. I mean, like I said again, I worked with women for a long time. I used to work with women in my old job when I worked textiles for 13 years. I worked in the strip club for 4 or 5 years.
right.
So women are going to be women, and sometimes when women feel comfortable, they will talk with a man. There's been quite a few times where I'm here at the house. I might get a call, and I remember I got a call from one lady. She was sitting talking, say, "How you doing? What's up?" Say, "Well, just talking." And sometimes they just need somebody to talk to. If they feel if they feel they're comfortable with you, and they feel like they just need somebody. Okay, sometimes they just might need they might have a boyfriend or a husband, but sometimes they might need
Right.
another man's opinion. You know, sometimes somebody who's not would just who tell them like hey, this is what I think. Sometimes they don't want nobody to solve their problem. They just want somebody to hear the
To
problem
listen to.
and just
Right.
you can give them a suggestion, but it's up to what they want to do with the suggestion.
Yeah. And with me, my intentions is never it are like an ulterior motive. I mean, I'm just ecstatic and appreciative if they would talk to me, on a platform on a forum where I'm interviewing them. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, you're right.
It's a process, That's all I
Mhm.
can say. I'm still
It's,
Yeah.
learning.
yeah, it's still learning.
No, but Clyde, you doing really great for
Yeah,
somebody I just followed, and I saw the photos, and I would kind of comment, and then I'm like, oh, this dude is taking it to another level. He's actually reaching out to these ladies and getting the inner. So I'm impressed with you.
yeah,
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 I learned it from George. I mean, I was asking
yeah,
him. I was like, "Yo, how you do that? How you talk to these women?" Because I think I tried to do it like a couple of years back before I
mm,
knew who George was, but
okay.
it seemed hard. So then when I
It,
seen him do it, it was like,
mm,
okay,
well, like I said,
yeah.
like,
Mm. Oh, I'm sorry, George.
go ahead. What you can say?
No, I was gonna say, and I've been impressed with you, George, how you do the Joker and the stuff, and make it more fun. The way you do it.
Yeah,
It's real cool.
yeah. The other thing, like I say, you want to make a lady feel comfortable. You don't, you have a good serious discussion, and then you put a little, a little laughter in it. You talk about stuff. When you
Right.
sometimes you sit here, you find things you have in common with somebody. Like some ladies who I've talked with say they were overweight, and it's about being was that they lost weight. I say, you know what? I can say what you do because me, I've been overweight for a long time. I'm still overweight. And
mm,
I lost a few pounds. I hadn't lost too much weight because my cars are messing up on me. I don't want to go
Oh,
too far. Tomorrow I gotta go take this guy get the work on, and I'm hoping to be back. Then I go back to the gym. But
be a
like some of these days,
vegetarian.
hmm,
Be a vegetarian.
oh hell no, that I
yeah.
I,
My mother's trying to do that with me.
yeah,
Oh
I
Lord.
was trying to do that, yo. Like I was trying to. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was trying to do that like years ago, and I got skinny because the doctor had told me that I was like in my 20s, and the doctor had told me that for somebody your age, your cholesterol is very high. So I wanted
Mm.
to find
Right.
another way to like to eat healthy and stuff like that. I wasn't overweight, but my cholesterol was still high. And I was trying like slowly you know like stay away from the red meats and the chicken
Mm.
and stuff, and then I would eat like brown rice and just
Mm.
like eat vegetables a little bit more and stuff. That's how I slowed down, but I was getting skinny. Like people was complaining about me being skinny, so
Oh.
I
well,
just got back to like I would just. This was years ago. This ain't recently, but I did.
Mm.
I stopped though. I stopped trying to be a vegetarian though.
Now you looking well.
yeah.
You
But
looking well, man. You looking good, man.
here's the thing: you got
Thank
to eat in moderation.
Yeah.
Yeah, cut back on certain things. But the same things, it's hard to cut back, especially like I mean, I love sweets. And, I
Oh.
gotta be careful because I'm considered pre-diabetic. My sister, she has
Mm.
it, my mother had it. I try to be
Okay.
careful, but sometimes you just can't deny yourself those pleasures. It's good every now and then, but not too much.
All
and
right.
Yeah,
and
it was
especially
hard though. It was hard. Like it was really hard. Like when I was like denying stuff. Cause one time I seen this lady, she had some cookies, and I was looking at it, and the lady knew I wanted it, but I was like, nah, I'm trying to stay away from them and stuff. And she seen it in my
Oh,
face. But it was hard. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard. But the thing was, I was
oh,
light though. You know what I'm saying? Like when you don't eat like meat and all that stuff, but it was still
mm,
tough. So
well, I think the lady was looking. You think she was looking at her cookies, not the cookies she was eating. The cookies she got between. This guy, look at me. He might be what? He might be one of these freaks that want to, But
nah, she was an old lady. She's like in her
yeah, yeah,
60s and stuff, white lady and stuff, man.
yeah. Well,
She had
some
like
women,
the cookies on the table.
yeah, some women, it doesn't matter. If you look at them funny, they could be 67 years old. They still think they're you fake
mm.
that.
Oh yeah.
A man here, Raheem has come through again. He said, "You guys still live?" Yes, we're still live. So thanks for coming through. But the thing is, like I said again, you have to, you're gonna meet a few women who have that. They're gonna be very not very. How the best way to say it? Not very nice. You know,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
and the best thing to do is just, you're gonna like I told KO, you're gonna kiss a lot of frogs before you get your princess.
okay.
And sometimes you're like with if as long as you seem genuine in your interest and there's nothing you want out of it other than to help an athlete get to the next level, you'll find the right person. You might if you okay, like I said, like I said again, go to a show where it's a pro am show, and I would say start with some of the amateurs, you know, like, hey, get like yourself. You say, make some cards if you can. Like, hey, this is my name. Whatever. I'm interested in maybe sponsor some ladies. Make it really serious and make it really, professional. And even hey, sometimes even dress professional if you need to. Sometimes presentation is the most important thing about when dealing with people.
Mm.
Um,
But how
I
you
think about
sponsor? Sorry, I ain't like. How do you sponsor them? Like, how would you? How would
well,
you?
Well, say it like this. Okay, you say to an athlete, say, okay, I have this amount here. You said like, okay, we can. If you need this, like have like I give you this amount for this season. It's enough to cover some of your expenses, you know. And then you could say like, okay, if you win a show, because the some of the shows money for the women's bodybuilding is not that much. You get a little bonus, you know, like
Okay.
maybe $600-700. That's $600 they don't have. You set forward, I would say a comfortable number would be okay. I give you $3,000 for the season. It's just starting. You know,
Okay.
and then as you go along the way, okay, if you want to like, you can set like a plan. Like also, I think if you can find some people can backing you, because like I say, you can make it like a contingent, group of guys saying, okay, we want to sponsor a couple of athletes, and like I said, you got to make it professional. Get some cards made. You need to. Like, I'm thinking about getting some cards made. I mean, I'm not gonna go. I was planning to go to the show this year, but like I said, I got my car fixed. And then the other day, my TV went out on me, so I want to get another television.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Okay.
I came home
Yeah.
from the laundromat Saturday. I was having my lunch, watching. I was watching the Big Valley. Go to the kitchen, get something to drink. Next thing you know, the TV went blank. I said, well, maybe something, because sometimes a station might go out, something like that. Because it's antenna television I was watching, because I don't watch too much cable. And
Okay. Okay.
I just say I'll just go ahead and say, damn. So I had a TV. It was my mom's TV. Then she got another TV, and she gave me that TV. And I said, you know what? And I said, you know what? I can go to Walmart, get one for like about $100 if I can find a cheap one. Just
Oh
something
yeah.
I have something to watch. Because sometimes, most of them I'm on a computer, but I like to listen to the television when I'm working. You know, but
Oh yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Because you can find like the little channels that have the music pod,
mm,
whatever
yeah,
that they are.
yeah.
Right.
So anyway, um, reach out to like I said, I think it would be good to like maybe amateurs be good, because sometimes those amateurs can really use extra help. Maybe
Right.
maybe a pro if you can get one, if especially a one that's like on the lower end, that would be
Mm.
what would appreciate that maybe a few $1,000s, like I said, just like a few $1,000s to help her out. You can like say, you can break it down like, okay, you can say how many shows you doing. And say, okay, I'm doing 2 or 3 shows. Okay, how about a couple thousand for each show you do, for your prep. So, and because like I said, you gonna, and then if you have like a weight where you okay, you can like if you somebody who has like if you do a lot of other stuff. If you like, okay, if you know somebody who's like, okay, I know a guy who works in a motel, he can get you a discount. I know a guy who has an Airbnb. You can stay there. He'll let you stay there free. If you know, say like I said, you need to get enough people in together who can do a little stuff here and there. Okay, I know a guy who has he don't he has all these flight miles. He don't fly much anymore because he just just you he just he just because his job now. You might have somebody who has a job where he works at home now, and he just hey what's the point of me traveling long? Just hey you can use some of my fly miles, or somebody who can like okay if you need some work on your social media, like okay like doing videos and stuff like that. All you gotta do is like send me some pictures and make sure you understand the pictures they send you are their pictures. Don't put it onto another site. Be professional. I did it. I had a conversation with a lady who I'm friends with, where she had an issue with a guy who was supposed to be her webmaster, and he's taking it and putting his pictures on other sites. You know, and they don't want you to do that.
No.
Just have like I said, you can write up a contract and understand. Okay, you can say like this. Okay, the contract you say like this. You get such. You can say how many shows you want to do. If you want to do, 2 or 3 shows a year, that's how you set the contract. Just what you got to do. Just something you got to really put together. But see, this is like this. It's best not try to do this by yourself. If you can find other people who wants to get involved in it and seriously want to get involved in it, and at the same time they don't want anything out of it but to help these ladies grow and develop. That's would be really helpful. We don't want these guys out here, the guys who I talk about, who say, "Yeah, she's kind of cute. She sees those pictures." No, no, you don't want that. You want someone generally interested, and they guys. Hey, if you got a guy who's a tax attorney who knows how to help where you can get a little something back for yourself, out of it, and who can probably teach them how. Okay, you can write this. You can write this off as a say. Okay, you can call yourself an undocumented worker, and you say this is your tools for your job, and you can legally get benefits off of it. Little things like that, but also mostly help with your social media. That's the one thing. A lot of you used to have websites, but no one has websites anymore because the fact is, hey, you're on IG, you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. What's the point of having a website anymore? Because you have to, but still, those social media platforms, some of these need help. I know some ladies who don't even put out enough content. People like Andrea Shaw and Angela Yo and a couple others. They be out, they keep up the stuff all often. But some women, they might not have put anything out maybe about like 2 or 3 months ago. I mean, you have to be active on social media. If it's just no more than you just have somebody recording you working out, or just do some pictures like like regular, like okay, nothing like fancy like something like Sean Nelson over at Sean Nelson stuff or Annie Vecchio stuff. Just maybe some basic like glamour stuff. Like I know one lady, she's working in like doing dresses like that, and she's a competitor, and she looks great. She's wearing like gowns like that, and she's a beautiful woman. She has a great body. Wow. She's like walking down in like she did a video she posted a while back where she's walking down stage in a dress, something like that. Nothing too like I said. If you do like a kind of a get together with some get some female bodybuilders together and do some kind of like a nothing like not like a bodybuilding show like in dresses and gowns like a modeling thing.
Or,
one thing they can do. A lot of ladies, it's hard for these competitors to find clothes.
Oh yeah, I keep hearing that
because they're bigger in the top, smaller in the bottom, and sometimes they have to wear leggings because or they have to have their tailor-made dress. If you can like find somebody who's interested in working in fashion, and you maybe like do a fashion show for female bodybuilders, like so that would be something good. I mean, a lot of competitors would love to have. I know one lady was telling me she was going to talk with a lady who's a friend of hers who's she's a seamstress, and she said she was planning on maybe they do like a little thing together. Like I know one with Kim Buck. A few years ago, she made the clothing for ladies for the last Rising Phoenix a few years ago, and she's a seamstress, and she'd be a
Okay.
great person. Like, hey, reach out to somebody like Kim Buck. I mean, I know what she's doing right now. 'Cause I know a while back she said she was taking care of her father, and last time I saw her,
Oh,
she was doing a photo session with Rita West and Alicia Young. But if
Rita Wet. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You can find some like reach out to somebody. Hey, I want to start a clothing line for female bodybuilders. Not just posing suits, but like dresses, jeans, shirts like that. Everything because make it more tailor made to them. You know,
Hmm.
not just women's bodybuilding, but also physique competitors, bigger competitors. Those women, their physiques are very most different. Bikini and wellness girls are a lot easier for them because they more fit the guidelines, what you see. But it's a lot of stuff you can do. But like I said, you have to get enough people to get behind you. You have to get enough people who can put up the money. We got to get you most definitely need a money guy. You need a money guy. There's guys out there who has deep pockets who will spend money on like sessions. And not to
Oh,
look
yeah.
hot. But it's hard to because some of them don't want anybody to know they're fans. But hey, all they got to do is say, you know what, you have somebody speak for you. You don't have to let nobody know you're doing it. But it's just one of the things you can do.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, you know what, George? I got to start heading down and out. But thank you for that. And I'm like I said, I'm gonna try my best to reach out to so try to find some of these good guys.
Well, like I
Yeah.
said, just like I said, ladies, um, they, you got to be like I said, you have to be understanding because like I said, they're in a sport where they're not, they don't get a lot of respect. They get heavy. They have people making comments about them, and then when somebody approaches them, they're kind of cautious. But yeah, there are gonna be some women who are gonna be like best way to say, gonna be assholes. But if you find someone who's genuinely interested and maybe that can use some help, and as long as you don't want nothing else from them, just to help them get along and help them try to succeed to the next level, just that'd be good. You don't want nothing
Okay.
out of it, but just to help them. And like I said, hey, you can write off as your taxes. You can call it a charity. Hey, it's how taxes are.
Yeah.
You have to care with your IRS because hey, they
Oh. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Like one thing I always say, like RS people RS gotta be careful because hey, look, it wasn't what got Al Capone. It wasn't bootlegging. It wasn't murder. It wasn't stuff he was doing. It was not paying his taxes. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Gotta do that.
Well, like I said,
Yeah.
man, Rolando, I really appreciate you for coming through.
Oh yeah. No. I thank you for having me.
No problem,
Appreciate it.
no problem. You ever, like I say, everyone come on. Just you can you follow me on IG too, or you just follow me on.
I gotta start for following you on IG. I haven't been on my IG in a minute. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. One thing also, like I say, you can also reach out to your page in IG. But like I said, you're gonna have some women who kind of be tentative when you reach it, but still, if you just say, "Hey, my name is what's the face," I'm wondering if you want interested. I said like I have a business plan. And and if so again, if you get some other people to who have maybe a little more deeper pockets, because I don't have deep pockets like that. I just got a voice.
Yeah. Same with me. Be a little bit on that front.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get back.
yeah. If you can reach out to some guys who are fans of these, who seeing that how they're going through, who feel like there should be more opportunities for female bodybuilders, there should be more shows for female bodybuilders, or they should find a way to help them out. Let them know and have a plan. Put a plan together, a good business plan. You know somebody who's in business who knows how to fix a plan. Reach out to them, tell them ask them what I need to do. How should I do it? Just you get everything
Right.
together, and it looks like something that they can really sink their teeth into. It like also in that movie, Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come.
Right. I think I remember that
Yeah.
scene. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I, don't,
That line.
I like classic movies and like that. I
Yeah.
quote I quote a lot of movies. You watch my live streams. I quote movies to death.
Yeah.
Especially the Batman trilogies. I love my father was a drunk and a fiend. My mother didn't like it. Not one bit. Why so serious, son? Why so serious?
That's it.
KL told me, man, why did you quote stuff from the from Dark Knight Rises? It was a good movie, but just
It was.
other than the part where it says, I adopted the dark and we don't have a plan, a couple like that. But Dark Knight and Batman Begins had a lot more better quotes.
It is. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Heath Ledger, extraordinary number one Joker in my opinion.
I would say, yeah, Heath number one, number two is Jack, number three, Mark Hamill. He was Luke Skywalker.
Oh yeah,
he voiced
the animated.
Yeah, the animated series. Then Cedar Romero, and then I would say Jared Leto was trash.
Oh yeah,
and Joaquin Phoenix.
That's another. They're doing it as like an Elseworld type thing.
Yeah, it's another version from it. And he took his Joker. He just ran with it. He's just. I mean, it's sad that because of stuff of the movie he was doing, it affected his mind. But it's just how it is sometimes. It's sad, but it happens.
Yeah, we lost a great, up and coming actor at that time. He was like trying to be forced into a teen idol thing, and then he just did it with that character, and then that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Rolando, man, I really appreciate you for coming through. Our man KL, he had to break out, so I appreciate you.
Oh yeah.
Also, appreciate my Hannah the Emperor, Jen, for coming through. Appreciate you, Raheem Hamilton. Also, Oscar.
Right.
Also, other people that came through. Whoever watched this video, female bodybuilding legends. I really appreciate y'all because I forget also they're on YouTube. They make content like that. They do videos.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to all these people that support the sport. But like I said again, if you are someone really genuinely helping these ladies in sport of bodybuilding, you got to be careful. Some of these ladies, they're kind of tentative. They don't. They have enough guys, sending them stuff and trying to convince them otherwise just to want something for nothing. But as I said again, if you can put together a decent plan, and it's a plan that they really can sink their teeth into, where it's convincing, where they realize they can get something out of it. They would like it, like I said, I would say talk to some, talk with some amateurs, someone who's just who's just still got their feet wet. That'd be the best person to work with. Or also talk to women who've been competing for a good long time, and then, they still feel like, but like I said, just if you can put a good plan together and it's something that really works and it benefits them as much as it benefits you, then, you can do it.
Okay. Yep. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome. Like I said, you'll never have to thank me. Yeah. Just like I said, I'm just a guy with a platform and just talking my, speaking my.
No, but it's a great platform, and I think I'm hoping more success with you on this.
I appreciate, brother. Anything. Yeah. Any success is good, like even big or little success, I'll take it.
Yeah.
So anyway, folks, like to thank Rolando. Let's thank my man KL, my partner, the Hannah the Emperor, Jen. All y'all came through. Like, comment, subscribe, support the channel, support these ladies, sport of bodybuilding. Shout out to all these competitors. Like I said, Angela, she looks pretty good. If she, like I said again, it's next up. I will say again, it's next to possible to be Andrea. It's gonna. I don't think it happened. Andrea either sick or doesn't make the Olympia. That's the only way somebody else is gonna win that show. I know people dropping names saying, "Hey, no, no." The names I've seen dropped, some names I even laughed at.
Okay.
I no offense to ladies, I like them. But they don't have a chance in hell. I mean.
Yeah, Andrea
is just the perfect package.
Oh yeah.
And and you even if she was even have an off day, I think she still win. She has to be really, really extremely off for her not to lose. She has to come in there with walking pneumonia and not to lose. That's
Right, right.
that's the only way she can lose a show if she's like, she hasn't come extremely off, but she really has done this last 3 or 4 years since she's started competing in women's bodybuilding. So, like I said again, best of luck to
See.
you on your plan. I hope all the best to you. Whenever you get something settled and put together, we can talk about it here.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Thank you.
All righty. Anyway, folks,
All right.
I like to thank you for your time and thank you for coming through. This is Man Always Yours Page, aka the Emperor of Female Body Training Talk. Like, subscribe. Don't subscribe. And we are out.